Let's go. You already know. Waterbury Times, Thursday Mixer, coming at you live. Each and every Thursday. Used to be on the radio. Took a little hiatus. Bringing it back to Facebook. Where we're gonna go over all the things that you might have missed. A lot of things happen here in the Brass City, and I try my best to keep up with it and bring it to you all, the people, the best way that I know how. And yeah, every now and then I might put a little bit of opinion in there, but I don't mean any harm by it. Just think of it as a little bit of seasoning on the meal. That's all, just to jazz it up a little bit. But hey, listen, the only thing that I want to talk about right now is what is up with this weather. It was negative wind chill factor was around two-ish on the negative side. Did you guys see the video of, I don't know who it was, standing outside of Waterbury Hospital the 2 nights ago, freezing cold? Now, the person that made the post was furious at the security guard, but in the security guard's defense, it's not the security guard's fault that that individual finds himself in such dire straits. The security guard has a job. He was discharged from the hospital, but why can't we just have a 24-hour shelter? Why do we always have to wait for it to be bitterly cold outside to activate protocols? If we have facilities and we have spaces for the homeless people to be at, why do we always wait for them to be in a life or death situation? I don't understand that. I don't understand. Right now we have a cold weather protocol in effect ad nauseum until who knows whenever. But why can't that just stay in effect? Just a thought I have. I don't know. Simple things that I think about from time to time. But whoever that person was outside of the hospital, hopefully they got some help. Hopefully they don't find themselves in that situation. Because listen, I just walked to the store this morning. I could not imagine being stuck outside in this type of weather. So, speaking of weather, snow removal. For those that have seen the video, I did not intend for those videos to become such a thing. When I see something, I say something. So I saw that after I shoveled the adopted spot, I saw that there were certain streets and certain sidewalks that weren't shoveled at all. So, in the best way that the Waterbury Times knows how to do now, we're really talkers. We're gonna, we don't really talk behind the backs of people, so we just call them out. Some people agreed to go and shovel. Some people just let sun take its course. But what I found interesting was in a other publication, the city seems to blame the people. Yes, it's you residents with cars that weren't listening. You didn't obey. And I know because I posted the no parking ban. So shame on you if your car is under snow still to this day. You're part of the problem that they were unable to shovel. Part of the problem. The other part is what all problems are in Waterbury. We don't necessarily take care of things the right way, the correct way, the way they should be done. And I don't know, is that a structural thing? Is that a leadership thing? I don't know, but these are the things that I hope we start to discuss, it being midterms and all, for those that are aware that this is a midterm cycle. But we'll get into that a little bit later. Before we get all the way into the Thursday Mixer, what we always do here when we start off is a feelings check type of feeling. How do you feel? And don't be so prideful to think that someone else is even going to ask you today. So take this opportunity to answer out loud to yourself in the messages, in the comments, but just think about it. How am I doing today? Because what's going to happen is you're going to see a commercial and they're going to tell you that you're fat. And they're going to tell you to take a pill. And they're going to tell you that you're not good enough. You're not fast enough. You're not strong enough. They're going to tell you all of these negative things about you. They're not true. You don't have to believe these things. You believe what you want about yourself. You choose the perspective from which you will view yourself. So just choose a positive one. The way we do here at the Waterbury Times. So, speaking of positive, I would like to get more positive energy surrounding Waterbury High School athletics. For those that know, we have converted the Waterbury Times Instagram into the Waterbury Times Sports Desk. And we have been following pretty good, if I do say so myself, the NVL action. But as you know, it's all Waterbury all the time here. So we are going to shade a little bit to the Waterbury schools. But what I'm starting to see is people are realizing these Waterbury schools, we've been getting beat lately. Hey, it's not like the 90s where we beat up on these suburban schools. No. Yeah, our high schools go to these places and lose. Wilby lost to Watertown, and that's no disparaging the athletes at Watertown. That's a solid team. There's probably be a couple of all NVL players on that team, but they're not old enough to understand that Watertown doesn't beat Wilby in basketball. It just doesn't happen. So maybe once the community, we can get back behind our alma maters. R.I.P. Sacred Heart. I guess you guys can pick and choose who you want to go for. But let's go. Wilby, Crosby, Kennedy, Career. You too, Holy Cross. I mean, you are in Waterbury. You're a private school. You guys do pretty good by yourself. But, hey, you're in Waterbury, so we're going to show love. So I want to get more feel-good action around our high school athletics here. Listen. I fancy myself as a bit of a visionary, a bit of a look down the road. Hey, listen, they already said they're not recruiting high school kids anymore. You have to understand eventually they're going to figure out how to pay high school kids to play sports. And I don't want Waterbury to always be the last one to get on board with these things. So let's get a little bit forward thinking when it comes to our athletes here in the city of Waterbury. Now, as you know, a very controversial thing happened in the city of Waterbury. It wasn't that controversial. Laziness happened in the city of Waterbury. People didn't want to shovel. So we went and we did a little bit of research because we like to bring the facts, not feelings, facts. Now, the facts are very simple. Well, first of all, let's back all the way up and let's keep it real. If you're living somewhere, if you're not on a lease, this doesn't apply to you. You're just a guest. And quite frankly, you should be shoveling. If you're on the lease, it should be in the lease who's responsible for the shoveling. So that, whenever it snows, go get your lease. It should be in there. It should say, is the landlord responsible? And or are you responsible as the tenant? So what I'm starting to sense is a lot of the people that had a lot of comments about shoveling, they're probably not on any lease. They probably don't have lease responsibilities. They don't understand these things. So before you get upset, look at your lease. Contact your landlord and or the city if your city's the landlord, which is about 40% of the property around here. I don't know. I'm probably joking. Probably exaggerating. Slightly joking. But I'll get the facts. That's actually a good statistic. I wonder, what is the percentage of property that the city is technically the landlord of? I'm calling it 25%. Easy. 25%. I'm going to call that. I'm going to look into that. Now, Groundhog Day. Now, what do you guys think? Are we done with this Groundhog Day stuff? Or is it like apple pie in baseball? Is this something that's just an American classic? We just keep it? Are there certain things that we do away with? And are there certain things that we accept? Kind of like that relative in the family that's kind of like, he's our cousin. I think that's like Groundhog Day. I mean, we've done away with, they got rid of Columbus Day. And I'm not comparing Columbus to a groundhog. I'm saying the idea of having a holiday and then not having one. I thought we would have been done with. Isn't that a little ritualistic? I should do some research into that. Well, nonetheless, the groundhog saw a shadow. So we got 6 more weeks. Or didn't he see it? Whatever happened is 6 more weeks of this stuff. It's too cold out there. And hey, City of Waterbury, can we get some hour delays? I don't want to get upset. Let me take a sip of coffee. City of Waterbury, it's 1 degree in the morning. High school students, can we get an hour delay when we have cold weather protocols? Can that be a part of the protocol? Hey, Board of Aldermen, here's something you guys can do. Why don't you create a new rule or a law or something? Stop arguing about the old stuff. Here's one. If I were a Board of Aldermen, I would suggest we should make a part of the cold weather protocol mandatory, automatic. If the state goes cold weather protocol, it's 2-hour delay. That one's in the House, Board of Aldermen. You don't even got to say you got it from me. Moving right along. Born to Hoop, our AAU, 6th and 7th graders, February 16th and 17th. Mr. Craig, Coach Craig, down at the North End, right? Head to the page. Listen. Athletics, I seen a video. Now, for whatever reason, people feel how they feel. And I can't tell a person how to feel. I see a lot of these videos training our youth to be athletes. And I seen someone make a comment. You're always going to find a negative Nancy somewhere. And they were like shaming it. Like they should be training these kids to be scientists. And a job is a job. And I don't think that we should be shaming anybody for the path that they want to choose to go. I don't think we should force. I don't believe we should force kids into athletics because of a predetermined stereotype that this child is athletic. Read in between those lines. I just think that whatever a child wants to do, let's push them in the best position and the best place to see if they even like to do it or if they even want to do it. A lot of times kids don't play sports because they don't like the coach. Someone on the team was picking on them. They're not living up to the expectations that their parents might have. So there could be a lot of other reasons why kids are in sports or not in sports. So that's just something to keep in mind. When we see these things and I push to support them, just try your best. Try your best in your own way. It doesn't always have to be a monetary thing. You'd be amazed at what a positive comment, how far a positive comment can go. So we are at 10:37. So working out the kinks here, for those that are not aware, formerly of WATR on the radio, shout out to Chris Fortier, who gave us the opportunity to have I guess it was a piloted the Waterbury Times Thursday Mixer. We're not bringing it to the Facebook. You gotta own your own intellectual property. I own the brand, so I brought it back here. We're testing it out, seeing how it goes. I will respond to comments. I'm a pretty good multitasker, but once I get on a roll with the talking, if I stop, I'll get caught up on a comment. So I'm just gonna stay focused for now. Like I said, this is a work in progress. By the summertime, we'll have the set. I know what I said. I know, guys. I said I'll have the mic next time. I'll hook it up. I'll hook the stuff up, guys. We're real casual here. We don't take it too serious here until it's time to get serious. Because when you're always serious, how would you know when it was time to get serious? See what I'm saying? There's a method to the madness. So, in other news, in state news, the legislator, they're all back. And like I tell people all the time, I don't try to talk over your heads. The people that go down with Ned and the governor from all the different little cities, all the little state reps, they're back in session. Lamont gave his big State of the Union speech. And then once again, I said it in a few videos now. Whenever Mr. President Trump, anytime Mr. President Trump says, absolutely, no money is going to the state of Connecticut. You know what Ned Lamont is like to me? Ned Lamont is like, he's turning into like the cool uncle. But it's the specific kind of uncle, not the uncle on your father's side. That's a different kind of uncle. The uncle on your mother's side. The cool uncle on your mother's side because your mom's his sister. So, like, that kind of cool. Mr. President Trump says, Connecticut, we're not paying for that. And Ned's like, man, we got $500 million just in the corner, which keeps bringing up this question. Governor Ned, what is that short for? What is Ned short for? Governor Ned, what were you doing with the $500 million prior? Were you collecting? Is there interest being collected? I don't want to get too deep into some of these things, but some of the questions are like, if we had $500 million, why would you wait until Mr. President Trump, why would you wait for him to cut funding before you started spending the funding? Oh, I'm waiting for you to answer. He's not going to answer. Guys, he's not going to answer us. So that's back in session. So what is most importantly is some of our our state reps. Can you name your 5 state reps? City of Waterbury. If you can't, we're going to have to work on that. I'm not judging because right now off the top of my head, I couldn't name all 5. I'm lying. Let's see. This is live. Let's see. We got Reyes, Butler, DG, Napoli Jr., Pizzuto. Boom. Right? Now, Pizzuto's like Middlebury, so he gets let off the hook a lot because he's way, like, barely in Waterbury. So it's kind of like, yeah, him too. But the core is them 4. So what's going to actually happen, little known fact, guys, if anybody wants to take one of these jobs, not take like they're doing a bad job. I'm not advocating for the taking of jobs. I'm just saying these jobs are available for everyone to have if they wanted them. Just saying it because this is what happens. A lot of people complain a lot. Oh my God, he has 4 positions. But then when it's time to run for the position, a lot of people complain a lot. Oh my God, he has 4 positions. But then when it's time to run for the position, nobody runs for the position. Oh my God, he's had the position for 30 years and all he ever did was change the name of the park to Martin Luther King. But then nobody runs against him. So stop complaining about people that, oh, he's just the state rep because his dad was there. Like, I don't want to hear stuff like that anymore. These people stood up to represent the people. So unless you're going to put your name in the ballot, quite frankly, get off their backs. That's all I have to say about that. Now, I want everyone to be careful this weekend. The weather is going to get... I don't understand how come the weathermen aren't being more... Like, why are they so chill about this? I won't make a corny dad joke, though it was appropriate. I don't know why they're so chill about this. They keep saying the wind chill factor is going to be negative 20 degrees, and they're saying it like it's regular. Like it's just regular business. Has anyone... I'll check the comments later. For those that are tap into this live. Listen, has anyone recalled a negative 20 anything? Negative 20 anything ever in history ever? I'm not going to start theories based on, not facts, but it's just really strange. Really strange. So, let's reset it real quick. For those that are just joining in. It's the Waterbury Times Thursday Mixer. We started on WATR back in April of 2024. And then, let's just say, creative differences. We went our separate ways, but it was amicable. It wasn't like acrimony. It wasn't acrimonious. It was a cool breakup. We're still friends. We see each other. We always say hi. But I decided to start dating again with my show, and I brought my show to my own place, Facebook. So that's what the Waterbury Times Thursday Mixer is. We go over all the events from the week, because sometimes I can't get to everything. Sometimes I make a post, and sometimes I get so caught up with people not minding their business, making crazy outlandish comments, and it takes up a lot of my time. And I know what people will say. DM, don't waste your time. Don't waste your time talking back to people. I mean, I do this for a living. So if you make a comment, you can't out-comment me. So I don't mind a good troll either. I respect... Listen, I will never block a good troll because I have a great sense of humor. At least I think so. I'll never block a great troll. But vitriol, word of the day, you gotta go. You gotta go if you're just spewing filth for no reason. You gotta go. You gotta go. So, before we get out of here, let you guys get on with your Thursday. I want to have a real serious conversation with the residents of the United States of America. And I just would like to take this time to explain, to the best of my ability, to the extent of my knowledge, what I believe freedom of the press is. As you all know, Don Lemon was arrested for questionable tactics in covering an event. Now, obviously I'm biased because I cover events and I want to be able to go wherever I want with a camera. I want to be able to go anywhere I want with a camera. But understand that the freedom of press is connected to the freedom of speech in like a backdoor kind of way. It's the press that is supposed to be supplying the people with the power that they can now confidently speak on freely. But what we are starting to have in this country is a press that is controlling what the people are going to say. Meaning, if it don't line up with what the press already said, then it's silenced or it's sued. Shout out to Colbert. All I'm saying is this. None of us are constitutionologists. And if we're all honest, none of us paid attention in civics class. So I wish we would all just calm down with this. We know anything about the Constitution other than we the people. And that might even be the Declaration of Independence. So let's just calm down and stay within our circle of relevance, which is the city of Waterbury. Waterbury. Like, did they shovel in front of your house? Are they picking up your trash? Do you know your Board of Aldermen's name? Do you know your state rep's name? So, let's stay grounded. Hopefully we're all here next week. Hopefully we didn't freeze into little icicles. I'm going to finish my coffee. I want everyone to have an awesome Thursday. And let me know, what do you think? Do you think I should just call the radio? Does it look desperate? Does it look like I'm crying out for the radio? Chris. No, I would never go back. Hey, you love it and you leave it alone. Listen, you guys be safe. It's your host, DM Livingston, Waterbury Times, Thursday Mixer. And as always, I know you already know. Peace.